to be able to do something that says a lot about me, but also embodies everything about this amazing brand is truly, for me, kind of a dream come true. I remember meeting Jas and you, I think 2-3 years ago, and we were like talking about watches in general, and you guys presented this amazing design that I just wanted to be a part of. What's your involvement, with AERA?
Well, I mean, I've known Jas for 25 years. I met him in Basel at the big watch fair.
Oh, really?
And I've known him on and off for years and years and years. And when he set up with Olaf Larsen, they set out to create a new watch brand, which by any accounts is a kind of a lunatic thing to do in this world. They asked me what I thought, and they asked me to get involved. They asked me to contribute my experience of the watch industry not just as a watch nerd, but also as a design nerd, as a fashion nerd as well. Right. Because I think what struck me about this brand was that it bridges the gap between style and the technology of watchmaking. Yeah. It's very much a design-led watch.
From a design aspect, I think we have very much similar ethos on blending kind of utility and luxury together. I think this watch epitomizes it in such a great way. When I'm starting design, I'm always thinking about who's the guy and where is he going, what watch is he wearing, what's the outerwear, what's the car.
Yeah, so I suppose it's that best of both worlds in terms of like function and form. It's both organic and it's modern. It's both retro in some ways, but very modern in others.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Guys who come to our brand are always very into the design, but it's subtle design. It's a quiet way of looking great, and I have always believed in great style doesn't need to be loud and pretentious. It needs to be subtle and sophisticated. And that's what I think the watch does perfectly.
When this is the D1, if you like, was first sort of sketched out, it was a time when everyone was doing retro-looking, vintage-looking, faux vintage-looking watches. And of course, the golden age of the dive watches, like the late 50s, early 60s, when a lot of the major developments in dive watch technology were introduced, and they're still part and parcel of what dive watches are, from the bezel to the case back and everything. But the danger of that is that you can easily fall down a path of trying to look like it's from the 1960s, and a lot of watches do, and they're great. But I think AERA's raison d'etre was not to make an old-looking watch; it was to make a contemporary watch.
The markings in general on it are just superb, and I think it really helps make it look modern. Yeah. But to your point, it still has that kind of classic feel to it. Yeah. It was just one of those things, like you know it when you see it.
That click, it's 120 clicks, so each click represents 30 seconds as you turn the bezel. And of course, the bezel is part and parcel of a dive watch. It only goes one way, so you can't accidentally spend too long underwater. That click had to be kind of emphatic. You hear ones that sound a bit like zippers, and they're just not as good. Yeah. So that's all to do with the tension of the springs, of the ball bearings. It's above my pay grade to understand it, to be honest. But you know when it sounds right.
You and I were joking around, but I do think like this is like my city watch, and that's more like my yacht watch. Yeah. When I get one, I'll let you know.
Yeah, well, you start with the watch.
Start with the watch.
No, I think that's the great thing about this. You're always going to like one more than the other.
I'm gonna have a tough time picking between the two. I think I can see this being my everyday, but that's something I look forward to wearing on any occasion. It's just so unique.
Yeah, I mean, it has the white has real presence. Almost all my watches have black dials.
Yeah, and this is like a dark titanium.
It's a dark, a deep dark titanium color. Yeah. But it's got that kind of slightly industrial feel, whereas that's a bit more stealth.
Yes, that was my immediate thing. It's like I want something like super stealth, super kind of clean, because I wanted to play with all of the things you guys and AERA built. I just think it's such a great platform to come from and do a watch at this level.